And I said to myself, what a wonderful world. Wow. Welcome back, everybody, to Down at the Allotment. And what a beautiful Saturday it is as well. Finally, the sun's out. There's no rain, there's no wind, and it's warm. For the first time, it seems in forever, it's warm. Now, I know it seems sometimes that I'm bleating on about the weather, but God, here in the UK, blimey, eh? I think we've had all the seasons. It was frosty this morning as well, believe it or not. Had some ice on the windscreen. Yeah, April. Oh. Anyway, we've all been keeping well. All good this end. Now, got a few jobs on today, as we always do in the allotment world, haven't we? Now, my first job. God, it's warm, isn't it? Yeah, but I'm glad I've got the old t-shirt on. Blimey, a bit of a sweat on now. So yeah, the first job is now. Last week, what I did was I didn't record it, but I planted my first earlies. I put the old new potatoes in. So Rocket is the type of first early it is. So they went in last Saturday. They went in. So they're all in. Now, what I'm going to do is I'm going to put my old main crops in now. My old main crop, the old Marish Piper. Good all rounder, that one. Chip it, mash it, bake it, roast it, juggle it. Yeah. And I bought these from the interweb. The old these sacks, and these are for potatoes. These are ideal for potatoes, so I bought them for. So what they are is they're about 45 centimeters high, about 30 centimeters diameter, and they got these. Which when I saw them online, I thought this actual there's a little door on there which lifts, which Velcro on it. So as you can see, so you can. The idea is to see is when the spuds start growing that you don't have to dig down. You can actually go in, which when I saw it online, it looked a lot. The door looked a lot bigger, so I have to wait and see with that one. And it also said that there was. I'm not complaining, but just well, is it? I don't know. They said there was actually some drainage holes in, which there's not. So before I start, I'm going to put some holes in here for the old drainage. But yeah, so these 50 gallon. So what I'm going to do is behind me, as you can see, there's a bag of compost and there's some wood chippings. What I'm going to do is I'm going to put the wood chippings in first, just like I did with the garlic and the onions. About a third wood chippings, and then the rest the old compost. And now I found this out a couple of weeks ago actually. But potatoes related to tomatoes. So and just like tomatoes, there's determinate potatoes and indeterminate. Now, determinate potatoes, which the first earlers I've put in, the Rocket, are determinate potatoes. Now, to find out which potato is which, I have to go online and have a look. And there's certain websites you can go on, and it gives you lists of first early, second earlies, main crops, which ones are determinate and indeterminate. And that means there's certain ways in which you grow them. For example, the determinate potato, what that is, you basically do it in, get your seed potato, you plant it quite deepish, that word. And then determinate, it just grows one layer of potatoes. So you don't have to, as the plant's growing, as it comes through, you're not having to build up the soil as it's growing. Because all it is just basically grows one layer. The only thing you need to do is put, when it starts shooting through the actual sprout, the seedling, put some mulch down, some straw or some grass cuttings, just to cover up, just in case any, as the potatoes are growing, that it just covers them, stops them from going green. You need to do water it. You need to build them up. Indeterminate ones, like Again, I checked online. Maris Pipers. These are the ones that are indeterminate. Now, with those ones, you do have to build them up. They actually grow in layers. So there's one layer, and as it grows through the ground, there's another layer, and it grows. That's it. So that's why you've got to build the soil up as it's growing, because it actually grows in layers as opposed to just one layer. There's various ones. So indeterminate, determinate. And another thing I've learned, tomatoes related to potatoes. Tomato, potato. The aubergine as well. It's also part of the nightshade family. Yeah, amazing. Right, so that's the plan is. Do a couple of these. I've actually got 4 bags actually these. So because what I was going to do originally was put some potatoes in one of the raised beds, but I thought for the amount of time it's in the ground, it's actually taken up a raised bed where I could put something in and have succession growing on it. So I thought I'd put these in these sacks, stick them to one side, and then forget about them. No need to weed them, because short of the birds dropping seeds into there, there's going to be no weeds, fingers crossed. And just keep on top of the watering, and that's it. So these are going to be put to one side. So that's the plan. So first what I need to do is I need to put some drainage holes in them, right? Get the old chippings in, fill it with compost, and I'll show you how you do it when it comes to the indeterminate ones. Okay, let's go. Yeah, right. So here we are. We've got the sack. Right, I've got my little trowelly forky thing here, right? Because these are supposed to come. They said they came with drainage holes, but there's no drainage holes in there. Now, I can't take the chance and think and assume that the water is going to drain out of these sack, out of this. So I've got the old trowelly fork, right? Whatever you call it. Anyway, I'm just going to put some holes in there. Hello, you got me glove again. Hello. I know, don't go far with that, I'm going to need that. Right. There we are. Some drainage holes in there. All done. Now, what I'm going to do is I'm going to put some. I'm going to put about a third of the wood chippings in here, and then the rest in the old compost, and then with the old, and then obviously plant the old Maris Pipers. So. Right, I got myself a little gift actually. Sport myself. Got myself one of those little multi-tools. Okay. So that'll be so this is going to help me out when I need to open the compost. Oh, jeez, bloody sharp that is. Be careful of that one. Right, yeah. Little gift to myself. Right, so what I'm going to do is I'm going to fill the say what, get on your knees, get on your legs, Lee. Blimey. Right, I'm going to fill this part way with the old compost. Right. Now that little door, that little flap at the bottom, has now become useless really, because it's chippings are covering it. So anyway, right. So as I spoke earlier about the indeterminate potatoes, right? What I'm going to do is put that there. Now here we are. We've got the old Maris Pipers here. all starting to sprout lovely. Okay, so the beauty of these bags is what I'm going to do is I'll just adjust the camera so you can see. Bear with me a second. Right, hopefully that's coming out all right. You can see it. Right, as you can see, we've got the old the chitting lovely they are. So these have been, I think, chitting for about 6 weeks now. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to put one there. That's it. And then what's got a good one there, and then another one here. Right. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to fill. Obviously, make sure that the little sprouts are facing upwards. Now, another tip I learned as well, that sometimes you get lots of potatoes, but they're all small. Now, that happened to me last year. I had quite a lot of potatoes, but they were, and this is the main crop, they were only little. So you can't really do, apart from mashing, you can't really do much with them. So, another thing, I'm just going to take this back out again. There we go. Right. To help stop lots of but small potatoes, you can take off some of these little sprouts here. So I'm going to take off that one and this one, right, which is going to leave that little clump there. Okay, that one there, and then the same with this. I'm going to take off that one, and this little one here, that's going to come off, right? So it just leaves that little clump there. Now we'll have to wait and see if that works or not. So that's those in. Like I said, because these are indeterminate potatoes, there they are. Just need to fill this in, fill it up, and what happens is, as it sprouts and the potato starts to grow, it grows in layers. So as it's growing upwards, it'll start the tubers. That's the potato, not the instrument. will have different layers. So all going well, we'll have, this should be full of lovely spuds from late summer, early autumn. And that's it. Just making sure that this is all the little lumps. You know what I bought as well? I just forgot to put in it, because I've never done it before. I bought some of that fish bone and blood and that powder stuff. So of course I forgot to put it in this one, but I shall put it in the next one we're going to do. There we go. A few more handfuls. And that is that. Give that a good little water. I'm going to do the same again with another bag. Put the holes in, put the chippings in, compost, a little layer of compost, and then the seeded potatoes in, chitted ones. Oh, it's a lovely word, that, isn't it? And then I'll remember to put fish blood and bone in. See if that makes. It's got to, hasn't it? It's got to make a dip. Hello. I know. You've been ignored again. Every time we come to the allotment, you're ignored. You're only covered in soil. You've been rooting. That's all filled. There's that much to the top, but that should be enough compost for them. Anyway, right, so that's that. So again, fingers crossed that I should be getting, because I've taken off those extra little shoots on this actual seed potato, that I'll get, hope it works that way, less potatoes, bigger. Like I said last year, it was had lots of, but really small ones. So fingers crossed, that's how it will be. So that's that second bag. Now give that another good water. You know, I don't know what I'm doing this for, watering. Guaranteed a few more days and it's going to be chucking it down, but hey, gives them a start, doesn't it? Hey, that's that one. Now, last year I grew onions, Hercules they were, and I got them as little onion sets. I've never grown onions before, so I thought I'd use the sets, and they came out lovely. I had a really good crop of them. So I've done the same again in one of the raised beds, right? But I thought this year I'll try and grow onions from seed, right? So I've seen people do it, and I thought, you know something, when you're a gardener, when you're growing vegetables, you want to try and do it right, don't you? You want to make sure that you do the best you can. So I thought, you know, rather than buy it as a little set, a little miniature onion, I thought I'd start it from seed. Now, like I said, I've never done it before, and I'm not convinced that these are, I'm not sure if these are ready or not to go out. Now, if you can see that, they look a bit flimsy. Now, do I put them out now, or do I put them in the greenhouse where it's nice and warm for a week or so? To, you know what I'm going to do? I'm going to put them in the greenhouse as they are now. Give them a good water, and thinking about it actually, and see if that makes a difference. And then hopefully next week I'll put them out, or next week or so I'll put them out. That's what I'm going to do actually. Change of plan. Mid-recording. How's that? Right, I'll be right back. Hang on. There we are. So they're in the greenhouse. So I had planned on planting out those seedlings, onion ones. I think I'll just leave it for another week. I'll stick them in the greenhouse. Yeah, harden them off a bit, and then pop them in next week sometime. But yeah, everything's the seedlings in the house are coming on lovely. My peppers, my sweet peppers, my long peppers are growing all right. My tomato plants are about a year big now, like 6 inches. So it shouldn't be too long. Like you say, it's just not warm enough, is it, at the minute, to bring them out? But and then I've got my cabbage growing, my lettuce, my rocket, my sprouts, my cauliflowers. They're coming on lovely. So, but now it's this is it now, isn't it? Slowly but surely, the temperatures are beginning to rise, and it won't be long before everything's all out and growing. And my pumpkins are coming on. Okay, so they'll be coming out eventually, and then the pumpkin arch will begin to take shape. And then, but yeah, I think that's it for today. Actually, hope you've enjoyed it. Like I say, I hope you've learned something regarding the potatoes. So fingers crossed, they'll come out all right. Actually, so yeah, little short one today. Hope you enjoyed it. Have a lovely weekend in this lovely weather we're having in the UK this weekend, and take care. And I'll speak to you soon.